Welcome to the first in what I hope will be a many-part series of craft-along videos. Not gonna call them tutorials because I don't have the patience to teach. This lovely paper was made by White Dragon Paper. You can find them at whitedragonpaper.com or on Etsy. They do a lot of custom work. Almost all of their paper is made from recycled sources, and it's local, at least to me. From what I understand, this is mostly recycled cotton with some floral inclusions that I'm sure you can see. Those fibers are actually leaves and flower petals. It's perfect for the sort of natural, rustic, woodland vibe, which I appreciate and haven't done much of. It's gonna be nice to, I don't know, let my Tolkien hippie side out a little bit. Just counting out 3 sheets. 3 sheets per signature is about what is reasonable. You can see me measuring there. I'm going for little over an inch stacked so that folded together they'll be a little over 2 inches. So the working title of this project is The Big Green Book, for reasons that will become more and more obvious the closer I get to finishing it. Here I'm folding over those individual sheets into the signatures. Folding them all at once has its advantages. 1, it's much quicker. And 2, it lets the outer sheets curl around the inner sheets and just creates a better fit. I'm aligning the individual sheets pretty roughly here. Because it's handmade and has that deckled edge, none of the sheets are exactly the same size. All right, and got them. Now I'm just jogging the signatures, getting a sense of how they'll fit. Now I have to plot out where the stitches are going to go, which you will see here in a minute. Once I've got all my stitches plotted out, I'm going to transfer those measurements to this scrap piece of chipboard so that I can use it to line up the holes that I'm going to punch in the signatures themselves. Precision is always preferable in bookbinding and any other craft, but with the kind of look I'm going for in the final product, it's less important. Here is my makeshift punching cradle, punching jig. This was difficult to film. The camera is right over my right shoulder. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Open up the signature and punch the holes from the inside to the outside. on those markings. Those markings will make sense in a minute. Here I am failing to show the camera the holes I just punched. It's difficult filming flat white surfaces under bright lights. Things tend to get washed out. I'd like to take a minute to thank some of my patrons. Shepherdess, Kelsey Woody, Austin Heron, Casey Frechette, Ashley Fortier, Luke Hudson, Renee Ondine, Joseph Engelhart, Eric J. Faber, Jacob Wilhelm, Lunaris Pathfinder, Cole Pajala, James Lambert, Alex Faber, Spring and Chloe Holtz Houston, and Nathaniel. My jig, as you can see, is a scrap 2x4 with a bit of duct tape on it from a previous project, and a scrap piece of plywood C-clamped together. So the ratio of video production to crafting is about 3-to-1. For every hour I spend folding paper, I spend 3 hours swearing at color correction sliders. Here are the tapes. These will be what the signatures are sewn onto. If you're curious why my hands look like I've just been in a fight, the day before filming this, I removed most of the brush from my front yard. Here's my big block of beeswax. I love that thing. You can see how much I've already used. And I'm waxing the linen thread there. I'd like to give an extra heartfelt thank you to my honorary editors, William Sembello and Sad Larry 231. You can see I left a little loop there that the tape is going to go in. If I had the proper jig for this, the tapes would be held in position. I could easily just place signatures and stitch them on, but it wouldn't save me that much time in the long run. If you like this behind-the-scenes content, be sure to follow me on social media and Patreon. You'll get updates on other projects I'm working on. I'm really excited about an upcoming zine I'm putting together. If you are an artist or writer and like what I do, you should check out the submission form on my website. There will be a link below. The placement of the holes should start making sense now. There's 3 pairs of holes for the tapes, and then there is a hole at the head and tail of the spine for the kettle stitch. The kettle stitch is what holds the signatures to one another, not just the tapes. You can see I'm pulling parallel to the spine there. If you pull perpendicular or at an angle, you run the risk of tearing the paper. I swear I'm not going for an ASMR thing with my voice. This is just how I sound. Here's a close-up. I intend to do at least one video a month, hopefully two, although I'm going to be the one filming and editing, so don't expect a regular upload schedule. Here I am adding a new piece of thread to the old. Sewing with an incredibly long piece of thread can result in nasty tangles and really slow you up. It's better to use more reasonably sized chunks of thread and stitch them together. Here I've just threaded the needle, and what I'm doing that you can't quite see is I'm sticking the needle through the thread. Just pop it down like that, give it a pull, tighten it, and there you go. Here I'm splicing the threads together. Tighten it. Give it a little extra knot. Snug it, and I'm ready to sew. Not strictly necessary to trim up the ends, but I'd prefer not to have all that extra thread dangling in my way. I add another signature and keep going. I repeat the process until all signatures are added. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of this video series. If you like this kind of content, or if you have any constructive criticism or feedback, please let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see more, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and support me on Patreon so I can continue to make this kind of chill video. Chill lo-fi crafts to study and relax to.